the only company to launch a rocket in India, the space network that has been occupied by a private company, that is Skyroot. We are joined by CEO Pawan Kumar with us. Congratulations for your the global this base that has been set up in Hyderabad, along with Vikram-1. This has also been unveiled today. So what do you have to say about it?
I think wonderful. I mean, we have been scaling up quite well, I would say. Just last year, 1 year ago, we have launched our first rocket to space. Just within 1 year, we are able to, unveil our next bigger rocket, which will be launched in the next few months. So this is like a very innovative rocket, built with all carbon fiber and, using next-gen technology. And then, it will put us among the first few companies in the world itself, which have the capability to put a satellite into orbit, which is very strategic, both for India and for private sector in India and also for globally. Yeah.
So you are also receiving, global investments to global, orders for your operation that you are conducting here. What do you have to say? How is it going to be in the coming days, from launching one missile to any other companies that are coming up from foreign, and what are the issues?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest, we should compliment the government because they have opened up the space sector just 3 years ago. Where before that you would not be able to have the policy to launch rockets to space or launch satellites to space. So that's where, I think we are enabled with a policy, after which we are able to raise capital, and then we are able to do a lot of new interesting. Last year we have done a test launch, etc., etc. So I think, and it's a $10 billion global market, launching satellites to orbit, and that's where we want to be the early companies who will get into this market, stabilize ourselves, and then scale from there.
So you have hundreds of companies globally who are, trying their best to reach on top. But you are the world's, on the top list, maybe inside 4, and the first in India. So tell us about your operations. How did all this start up? In layman language, how do you explain your company's operations?
Yeah, so in fact, as I know, we are a rocket company, and so what we do is that there are satellite companies who want to launch their satellites to space, so they need a rocket to launch. So we build those rockets and give that what we call as a launch service. It's more like, think of it as like a transportation service to space. Instead of going from one place to another on Earth, in fact you're going from Earth to space. So that is the service which we offer. That requires building advanced technologies like rockets. Rocket science is actually rocket science. It's very difficult to build, and it has its own nuances. So we build it over the last 5 years. We already did a launch, and we are about to do another launch, and we want to scale to first few global companies which have this capability.
So Vikram S was your previous launch, and now you have Vikram-1. What is the difference? Which is fully equipped? What are the updates that we get from that?
Yeah. So Vikram S is a suborbital rocket, so that it goes to space, but it falls back in the sea. It is only meant for testing various technologies, and that tested 80% of Vikram-1. And Vikram-1 is our commercial vehicle, which will be launching commercial satellites to orbit. And what we wanted is, we wanted to test most of the technologies at low cost very quickly. That's why we created Vikram S. Within 2 years span, we were able to design it, launch it, test 80% of the technologies. Now we scale it up to the bigger vehicle, and just within 1 year, last year we have launched, 1 year now it's completed. We're just very close to launching our orbital launch in the next few months. So that's where we are scaling very fast, and Vikram has helped us in doing that, and also Vikram has also helped us in navigating all the policy challenges, where first time in India we had to get a license for a rocket launch, which was also very important in addition to building the technology. So that we are able to navigate, technology we are able to navigate. Now we are scaling to the next level. So in the next few years we'll go commercial, global, and we want to see ourselves as one of the first few companies globally.
So when we talk about the policies, be it public and private partnership as well, the private companies had been playing a major role in the space launches as well. So how do you see the policies that are brought by the government? Any reforms that are to be done? What do you see?
So I think all the policies are in place right now. So it was just announced 3 years ago, and after announcement they rapidly were able to put together a stream of policies, stream of reforms, all on real execution. And they have they started a new promotion agency, authorizing and promotion agency called InSpace. So this is an agency which is part of the Department of Space, parallel to ISRO, only to support the private sector.
So you mean right now this Vikram-1 launcher will be partly commercial for the first time, and then it will go commercial as well?
Yes. So the first launch will be partly commercial because it's the first launch. Generally, the risk is high, so it will be a partly commercial launch, and further launches will go commercial depending on the success of the first launch.
So which other countries are approaching Skyrocket for their launches, for their the facilities that Skyrocket can provide?
Yeah, so basically we are, space is a global this thing, and more than 90% of our customers are global. So across the world, where it is, US, Europe, and across regions, we have customer interest for launching their satellites satellites to orbit.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking with us. So this was Pawan Kumar, CEO of Skyroot, and this is a Vikram-1 lander right behind us. As you can see, it is completely equipped than the Vikram S, is what the CEO has to say, and this is set to be launched in a few months from now. Already within a 1 year of span, you see two major projects by the private company, the one and only successful private company that has set up its global base here in Hyderabad today. Today was its inauguration, and then they have unveiled this Vikram-1, which is set to launch in a few months from now. With camera person Damodar, Abdul Bashir, Hyderabad.